This here is from Collider. Disney has already proved the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise doesn't need Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow in Pirates 6. Wow, I missed that news. Wouldn't we actually need Pirates 6 to come out and be successful to prove that? But Collider here is usually off base with their opinions. Let's see what they got. Pirates of the Caribbean is a franchise that lost its way, starting strong with Curse of the Black Pearl, single-handedly reviving the swashbuckling genre before falling prey to many supernatural elements, too much of Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow. Now, I will give you this. Once something gets to part 5 in any series with any actor, there's going to be some kind of a drop-off for the most part. But now, since like 20 years has gone by or something, they have a real fresh start. It's not like Pirates 6 would just continue with the momentum Pirates 5 had. Everything's totally reset now. If Pirates 6 came out like a year after Pirates 5, yeah, you could expect some criticisms to be more legit. Like, okay, people are getting a little bit tired of the franchise or whatnot, no matter who's in it or what. But now, especially after that little trial that happened, I think there will be high interest in seeing Johnny in this movie. Of course, there's varying opinions whether he should or shouldn't, but in the end, if he did decide to do it, I'm sure the vast majority of Johnny fans would respect that and go see it and support him in the movie. The talk of a 6th installment has been long bandied about, with rumors of an all-female cast and even a return for Depp if he wants it. The wise choice for Disney would be to drop the idea altogether and leave the franchise in the grave it dug for itself in no man's land with Pirates Dead Man Tell No Tales. But it's hard to walk away from an enterprise that's garnered over $4.5 billion to date, so it's foregone conclusion that Disney will dig up the corpse for another kick at the zombie monkey. And when, if not, they move ahead with the 6th installment, they need to resist the urge to revive Captain Jack Sparrow. Blasphemy? Perhaps. But they've already proven it can be done. Alright, so who was the biggest contributor to making that $4.5 billion? It's a tough one, guys. Maybe if you lack common sense, some honesty, perception of reality, drop a comment. If you've got that common sense, that perception of reality, we know it was Johnny Depp who was one of the biggest people responsible for that. But that's my silly opinion. Maybe I'm wrong and I'll get destroyed in my own comments. They say Curse of the Black Pearl is a film by rights that shouldn't have succeeded. They say there was little in the way of buzz, only doomsayers preemptively throwing the film onto the burning heap of fire that was their failed attempts at turning their famed theme park attraction to live-action features. You know what? I don't remember buzz. I remember going to see it. Some of my friends dragged me in. It wasn't my first choice of movies to see. And I was watching it. I was like, this is pretty cool. Then when Jack Sparrow came on, I was like, oh, I like this guy. Oh, wait, that's Johnny Depp. Oh, cool. Not so bad. Let's see what happens. And from that point, I liked the movie. But that's just me. Maybe that didn't happen to other people. I must be unique. They say at the time it was in the top 5 box office earnings for 2003, launching Depp into the stratosphere with his iconic Jack Sparrow. The film was a savvy mix of excellent casting, fun, bold set pieces, a winning screenplay, and a straightforward, understandable narrative. Yes, that's true. More importantly, a healthy balance of screen time for the characters. But with each sequel in the franchise, their narrative grew increasingly convoluted, and while Jack Sparrow was a huge part of the first film's success, Disney made the mistake of attributing a larger portion of that success to the character as opposed to the other key elements. Alright, sure. I mean, it could have been they put in too much Jack Sparrow and not enough balance, because in the end, Jack can't carry the whole thing on his own by being this presence. He needs people to work with, bounce dialogue off, and interact with to really shine. So sure, a valid point. But I don't think Johnny was a writer. I'm pretty sure of it. So that wouldn't be on Johnny with that. That would be on Disney. They say that Jack Sparrow got ruined with promotion. And here's what's slightly interesting, because their article here is a little bit choppy as far as theme and point they're making. There's little doubt that announcing the return of Depp to the franchise would initially be met with roaring approval, but little doubt again that moviegoers would remember how tired they were of the same shtick over and over again. That's why, like 20 fucking years later, hopefully they'd be smart enough not to do the same shtick. Johnny wouldn't come out swinging a sword. What they would do is, I would hope, they would write it as he was more of the mentor. It's not like they've got to cut and paste what they did 20 years ago. And they get into some stuff here about Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom and how they didn't need to be on screen either. I don't know. In the end, the comments they got were people signing up to make comments just to say that Johnny should be in it. This person says whoever made this article is definitely a feminist, which is possible. You might just have people out there who don't like Johnny because he's a man. And in these days, well, kind of believable. And some more comments saying things like, I agree with you, Johnny Depp since the beginning was the character of the movie Pirates, and it'll never be the same without him. I will not waste my money to see it, assuming they mean if it doesn't have Johnny. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Collider in the past has wrote some positive articles about Disney Star Wars, which I really, let's just say, don't like. So for you Johnny fans who haven't seen Collider, here they are. If you feel like donating, I got a PayPal in the description, or just subscribe, that would be great. And if you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.